Hello folks, Jason Chrisman, Grazing Acres Farm. Today what I would like to talk about is some new additions I just added to the corral sorting area. And I'm going to show you those in a minute, but first I want to show you what our sorting area looks like. Okay, so where I am standing now is our corral, and I'll show you that in just a minute. As the cows come into the corral, we would bring in a large group of cattle containing the ones that we wanted to sort out. We would push them all into this area, which is our holding pen, and close this red gate behind us. Now we're into here, which is, like I said, is our holding area. From here we usually use poly wire to kind of push back towards this gate that I'm standing beside the cattle that we don't want, and leaving the ones we do want up front. After we get that accomplished, we push the ones we don't want back out here into the corral, and we close the gate, keeping in here who we want to sort or wanted sorted out. And let's just pretend for this particular situation, the cattle are leaving, so we got to load them on a trailer. So from there we would open this gate, which is normally closed when we're sorting in here, and then we open this gate up and flush everybody around the corner here. So they come in, they come through here. After everybody gets on this side of this gate, we close this. And yes, those wheels on the gates, very, very handy if your gates drag at all. From there, they're pushed straight through here, in which we use this gate to kind of flush them through and push them on in. And from that point, they have to turn again this direction. You can see right there is where the trailer would back up. The trailer that we usually load with has a sliding door, so we would have the sliding door open and it would be lined up right with that hole. From that point, we've got this giant steel homemade gate that we would go right down through there, pushing the cattle up on the trailer. You're going to notice several different holes over here, and that's for this arm to lock over into. Now this little area actually has two features. You can go straight right onto the trailer, or if I turn this hook, this will just door shut because I got a spring on it, the door closes, and now what you've got is a little alley over here that goes straight in to the head cage. And then from the side of the head cage, there's a door up there that opens that we release them back out over into here, which we have to open that orange gate and flush them back out. So that's the basics setup here. Now we do have this area right over here that we use from time to time to stick a couple out of the way. Maybe there's a situation where we want to keep a couple of them here that got mixed in with what we got sorted out, so we'll push them over here, sending whoever we want that direction. Okay, so that's the basic rundown on our corral setup, or our holding pen and sorting area setup. So now I want to take and show you our corral and the new additions I've been working on the last few days. Started about 3-4 days ago with this project, and it's actually been in the works for a few months. We just had to get everybody on board. When you lease the land, of course you got to talk to the landowner before you make any changes, and this is one of the changes. So you can see this whole perimeter here, that is our whole corral area. It's massive. What you're seeing here is what I just installed, including a gate on this end and a gate on the far end. Basically, I made a partition right down the middle. And that's going to make it so much easier for me to sort cattle by myself. Still got a couple little things to do. I need to cut this excess fence off here and wrap it back around the post. But besides that, I think I got to do the same thing on the other end. But besides that, I'm pretty much done with it. So what this gives me the options to do is I'll bring the cattle in from either that gate or the gate up there in the corner behind mama and her calf. And from that point, I'll put pressure on everybody to take them this way. I come right across here and I can flush them, whoever I want to keep, through that way. Whoever I'm sorting out will go around that way. And I'll probably use the poly wire over here to make sure I get who I want over there and keep who I didn't want on this side. So from that point in which, let me open this gate here. It needs a little bit of adjusting yet, but I'm pretty happy with it. I do have a gate wheel for this gate too. But I've made it so this gate can open all the way up against the fence, so there's no restriction on this hole. The cows will be flushed right through here, where I'll close the gate behind them. And then look, it's a straight shot into the holding pen. I've got access to hot wire right down through here, so I'm probably going to dig a trench underground and run a hot wire over on this. What that'll do is a couple things. It'll make it so I can add some juice to my poly wire if I'm over on the other side, and it'll also keep the cattle from rubbing on the post and the fence, which can loosen it up over time. So as you can see, I got a nice straight shot now right into the holding pen, and I'm pretty dang excited about this. It's going to make it so much easier to sort cattle out by myself, or calves. And that's what I'm about to do, is start weaning. We're going to pick 2 months, which is May and June. I'm going to take the calves from that month and I'm going to put them in here and take them from mama and start the weaning process. I believe there's about 20 of them I'm going to be sorting out. So you can see it's a nice straight shot into here now. It's going to be super easy. Very excited about this new addition. Now, to keep costs low, I talked to the landowner and got permission to harvest some locust post. All these posts you see down through here are off the farm. On the ends, before each or after each gate, I've got the H brace. Got one down there too, which you may have noticed. The poly wire I actually used for my straight line, and I have yet to take it down. But I left it up during this process because the cow and the calf with the broken leg, you remember him, they've been out here keeping me company while I'm working, and I didn't want them rubbing on the post. So by putting a poly wire across there, whether it's hot or not, don't tell them, they don't rub on it. Speaking of the cow and calf, just a couple days ago I was out here working, and his legs evidently healed up pretty good. Check this little clip out. I guess his leg healed up pretty well. It would be his rear right leg. Looking good, buddy. So yeah, I was pretty tickled to see that. It makes you feel good and kind of warms the cockles of your heart knowing that you helped fix his leg. But anyway, folks, just wanted to share this new addition. I'm very excited about it. Anxious to use it. So anyway, folks, if you enjoyed this video, throw me a big thumbs up, maybe share it with your friends. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Make sure you click on that little bell so you get notified when I release new videos. Thanks for watching, and I encourage each and every one of you to come over and check out my Patreon page. It's not just beekeeping. I'm starting to incorporate some grazing information over there too. I realize the link says JC's Bees, but it's not just bees. So invite you over to check that out. Thanks again for watching Grazing Acres Farm.